So, you've just brought Planrt Coaster and want to start a new park. How exciting! You've opened your first sandbox and are greeted by a view like this. How daunting! Where do I even start with a park like this? Thankfully, I'm here to help you start your very first Planrt Coaster park. You're welcome! So my name's Matty, and today I'm just going to give you some quick tips on where to start with your very first park. An important thing to remember is that every single park you have ever seen created on Planrt Coaster starts with an empty biome. Every creator you have ever seen on Channel 5 Gaming or any spotlights have all started with the same empty map. So whilst it may seem extremely daunting, please remember you are not alone and that everybody has been in the same boat that you are right now, starting their very first park. So my very first tip that I can give is, let's start with a campaign mode, shall we? As a new player coming into the game, I cannot recommend highly enough just doing the campaign mode. Now, you don't need to do the entire campaign mode in its entirety, but I do strongly recommend at least doing the tutorials and the beginner levels, because these will give you a very solid foundation to work upon moving forward. These will teach you the basics, such as camera movement, how to copy and paste, and even building your very first roller coaster. So these little tips are invaluable moving forward when you're considering starting a brand new park. The coaster tutorial section in particular I highly recommend, as this will teach you important things such as excitement, fear, nausea and G-forces. Things to be considered when building a realistic coaster. So these are very important moving forward in your Planrt Coaster journey. My next piece of advice would be, set yourself some realistic targets for your very first park. Don't worry if your park does not look like a park you've seen on Channel 5 Gaming. This is your very first park. A lot of parks that you may have seen in spotlights may be the creator's third, fourth, fifth parks. A lot of people's first parks do not get showcased in spotlights as they are still learning the game. So just enjoy yourself, take your time, learn the game as you go, and honestly, just have fun. That's what this game is all about. Which brings me to my next point, time and patience. Now, Planrt Coaster is not the type of game that you can pick up and build a park in a couple of days. You don't need to be impatient when you're building your first park. Just remember, some of the parks that you may have seen before may have taken weeks, months, or even years to build in some cases. Now, don't be disheartened if your first park has only taken you a couple of weeks to build and you're thinking, this should have taken me months, I must have missed something. Just put in the time that is best for you, and just remember, it's just a game. It's all about having fun, that's all that matters. Planrt Coaster is like art. Everyone has a different opinion. Michelangelo may have millions of fans around the world, but there are others that don't like him. The same can be said for Planrt Coaster. So long as you're happy with your creation, that is all that matters. So 99% of Planrt Coaster players will often use reference and inspiration from real world locations or other Planco players themselves. Inspiration can come from anywhere, whether that be just a building in your local town, an area that you've been to on holiday, or even like video games, such as Moomin Littlesocks, whose last park was actually based on Hitman 2. If you see anything anywhere that you like, then chances are it can be recreated in Planrt Coaster. So let your imagination run wild and feel free to use real life locations as inspirations for your parks. A big source of inspiration can be coming from looking at other people's parks, whether that be on the workshop or watching spotlights by people such as Channel 5 Gaming, Tommy CM or M&J Games, or myself. My very first park that I ever created, a lot of my ideas I stole, borrowed, from other people. Which brings me on to my final point. Now this may sound extremely cliche, but it's my video. I'll do whatever I want. I think it's an important tip. It's a game, just have fun with it and just let your creative juices flow. But I really hope this video has been a help to you and ease some of that worry and stress about your first park. If you haven't already, make sure and leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves. I've been Matty. Thank you guys.